Hello, everybody. It's Rick. It's May 12th, 2019. Happy Mother's Day. This is the second part of the video. I did a video earlier and I stopped it at around the 17-minute mark. Okay, so again, if you need to reach me, my email is rick, R-I-C-K, 0327 at me.com. Please email me only if you're interested in receiving my paperwork in exchange for a gift. It's well worth it. I'm not asking for a lot. Okay. It's really not a lot, trust me, for what you're getting. I'm giving you paperwork that can help you get off child support. It's that strong. Okay? All right, so what we're gonna do here is we're gonna go over definitions of sovereignty, definitions of some of the laws, and I'm gonna prove to you that the uh, that the child support is under the Social Security Act. Okay, so that's like, it's strange. Like, how's child support under the Federal Social Security Act? And what they do is they hide it, and you know, always under the assumption that they have to be receiving welfare. Now, usually, if you're receiving welfare, you're going to be receiving Medicaid as well. Okay, but so that's what they use to force the the custodial parent, the mother usually, okay, 9 times out of 10, to is obligated to assign her support rights to the state. And what the state does is the state borrows money from the Secretary of Health and Human Services, okay, and that's the child support. Okay, and what they're doing is they're taking the money from the Social Security account, and that's what's going on. Okay, so I'm going to show you that the child or children, they are supposed to be on some type of uh, supplemental security income. Okay, they're supposed to be disabled. That's what they're supposed to be. And what they do is they use, if you and this is what I mentioned earlier in the video. Like, it's tedious when you read something and you look up their definition of a word that you think means something and it means entirely something different. Okay, so I'll give you an example real quickly. Okay, come on. Okay, right here, 42 USC section 654, state plan for child and spousal support. State plan, right? When you think, plan, like, like a guideline, format for child. No, plan means something totally different. Okay, what plan means is state child health plan. So instead of saying state child health plan for child and spousal support, so they hide the word. Then under section, right, they use the word organizational unit. Unit means, unit is of the corpse. What's the core? Right? And the core is a national health, as a health plan. I put it in the description. Here it is. Means National Health Service. So it's all related to some type of health plan, because it makes sense. Because 42 USC is health and welfare. So it makes sense. It has to be related to to somebody receiving some type of health plan, right? So what we're going to do is, now you know the words, we're going to start, like in my paperwork, we're going to start demanding from the child support agency, where's the evidence that my offspring is receiving some type of supplemental security income, receiving some type of health from the government. You understand? So that's what we're going to do. But let's start off with exercising our sovereignty first, okay? Now, I showed you guys in the last video why this is important, okay? Right? We talked about the term private person means a person who does not have sovereign or special immunity or privilege, which causes the person not. So if you have sovereign or special immunity, you cannot be subject to legal process. You understand? So by asserting your sovereignty, right, and rebutting presumptions that they rely upon, you have to rebut the presumption that you are a private person, a person. You understand? Legal process means any writ, order, summons, or other similar process in the nature of garnishment. That's how they get you. Garnishment. Now, if you're a sovereign state citizen, they cannot garnish you. Okay? So these are definitions of sovereignty. Okay? As a noun, it's a monarch, a king, a queen, or supreme ruler. Now, if you're a monarch, a king, or a queen, or a supreme ruler, and you're standing inside of a court or a tribunal, why are they treating you like that? Why are they treating you like you're a POS, piece of you know what? They need your permission. And they don't want you to notice, so they keep you on the defensive. Now, of course, it's not that easy because they got some knucklehead standing there in a uniform with a gun, excuse me, and handcuffs. Okay? Who's too stupid to you know, to stand there all day and watch people get their lives destroyed. Okay? And then when somebody goes in there and actually asserts their rights right away, oh, it's one of these, oh my God, it's one of these damn sovereign citizens again. Ah, God forbid somebody actually knows their rights and walks in here prepared. God forbid. Okay? Sovereign citizen is a BS scam. Don't ever let anybody call you a sovereign citizen. You are a sovereign state citizen. All right? Now, what is a sovereign? We use the adjective. You're independent of, unlimited by, any other possessing or entitled to original independent authority or jurisdiction. You are supreme or highest in power, superior in position to all others. Now remember, I can't bring it up right now, but I showed you in past videos of the Uniform Interstate Family Support Act, which is every state uses to ensnare you. Under Article 2, Section 201, jurisdiction, it says you must consent, you must make a general appearance and not contest. And they need your consent. So what is that saying? That's saying that you, by going in there, well, first of all, that you go in there and they immediately you're guilty. So you have to contest. And again, guys, I understand it's not that easy. It's happened to me. I get it. They talk over you, all right? They ignore you. I get it. But you still have to try. Here's the best thing you can do. Put it on paper. Okay? Put it on paper. let me see something here. I just remembered. This might take a minute or two, but it'll be worth it. What I did was I made up a letter for you, like an affidavit for you to hand the judge or the fake judge as soon as you walk in there. Okay, so like if they swear you in, I always tell you not to be sworn in, but sometimes when that happens, they'll try and intimidate you or um, send you to a judge, right? But we're not gonna, But even if you swear, you're not gonna get into a verbal joust. You're gonna submit the piece of paper, and you're gonna say, if you want, you can read off that paper. You're gonna demand that the judge or the surrogate, the fake judge, read it. Okay, and what you're doing is you're covering yourself on paper. All right, it's a written communication of verified facts to the court, proving the court does not have personal jurisdiction. Okay? And what you're doing is you're asserting your rights on paper. Okay? That's what you're going to do. What I'm trying to do is I'm always updating my paperwork, always trying to figure out ways to get this done. And what happens, I use the information that I get from my subscribers. Rick, this is what happened, this is what happened. And then I'm always updating my paperwork, trying to sidestep all the things that they're doing to hurt you guys. But the new thing now is they're not accepting the court paperwork. Okay, this happened a few times now. That's how good my paperwork is. Okay. All right. So legal phrases and definitions to defeat presumptions, right? Legal process means any writ. We went over that before. By you asserting that you are a sovereign state citizen and not a private person and not a person, you cannot be subjected to any writ, order, or summons with or nature of government without your consent. Okay? Okay, you can be a sovereign state citizen and yet not be a citizen of the United States. These are the case laws. Okay? Right? One may be a citizen of a state and yet not a citizen of the United States. Right? These are the courts, the case law. There are two classes of citizens: citizens of the United States and of the state. And one may be a citizen of the former without being a citizen of the latter. Okay? The privileges and immunities clause, that's what they were talking about with the special immunity and privileges. Okay? Of the 14th Amendment protect very few rights because it neither incorporates any of the bill. So what we're going to do is we don't use the 14th Amendment. By being a state citizen, you're going to be using the United States Constitution for the United States of America, not the 1871 version. But you're actually going to be asserting your sovereignty under your state. Okay, so that way you still have your privileges and immunities under the United States Constitution. There is a privileges and immunities clause of the 14th Amendment. We're not going to use that because it just says right here, protects very few rights. So why the hell would you want to use that? Okay. Now, look at this little slick move here. Resident. Definition approved state child support lacks personal jurisdiction. Resident. How many of you watch these TV shows with like hospitals and ER, remember? And you have to be a resident first, an intern before you become a doctor. That's what this means. Now, it doesn't that. So what they're doing is they're using that your child must be receiving some type of benefit under the state child health plan, right? So look, we have a resident, includes an intern or other participant in an approved medical residency program. Not a resident of a state like, I'm a resident of such and such county, although we use domiciled. You don't want to use resident, but I'm just giving you an example. Okay? So this is a resident, a doctor. See how slick they are? And we go back to here. Now here's another thing. State, except where otherwise provided, includes the District of Columbia, Commonwealth of Puerto Rico, and when used in subchapters 4, 5, 7, that's us, 11, and 19, and 21. Includes Virgin Islands. And okay, so if you're not in the District of Columbia, they do not have personal jurisdiction over you. You get it? You have to be in these areas, these locations, for them to have personal jurisdiction over you. You get it? Because, and then they cannot enforce, they don't have the jurisdiction or the authority to enforce these United States codes for child support under the 42 U.S.C. 651 through 669 subsection B. Okay? Here's more. Recipient means a person not determined by the state to receive benefits under this subsection. 17, what is that? So that subsection is, that's 13. Let me see here. Yeah. Nope. Let me see. That's not important. I'll leave it on. It's not that important. Okay. And here's another thing, foster care. Remember I was telling you that the children has to be under foster care, right? It means 24-hour substitute care for children placed away from their parents or guardians. Okay, we know your children are not in foster care. Not, some of you may be, I'm not sure. Okay, but it's mentioned in 42 USC section 656 obligation right here. 42 USC 656 support obligations is obligation to the state. Amount, discharge, and bankruptcy support rights assigned to the state pursuant to section 608A3 of this title secured on behalf of child receiving foster care maintenance payments. So if your child is not in foster care, that's another reason that they can, the mother cannot assign support rights. What we're doing is we're coming up with definitions and reasons to prove that the child support agency cannot collect support on behalf of the custodial mother because she or he never had the right to assign support rights. You understand? They were never obligated to assign because they were never receiving any benefit. You understand? Somebody has to be receiving SSI. Somebody has to be disabled. Right? It makes sense. It's the Social Security Act, right? Does that make sense? Somebody should be receiving Social Security. So that's the prerequisite to receive the benefits. And then whoever's receiving the benefits, they want you to pay them back. Okay? They want the parent to assign the rights, but it's all play on words, and they don't tell you that the child must be receiving some type of medical assistance. I'll show it to you. All right? Showing you the words again, how they play around with words. All right, this is 42 U.S.C. 654. State plan for spousal support. I don't know how that got in there. Spousal support. Why they'd be interfering in that? Okay, this is the actual subsection that the child support agency is established. Provide for the establishment or designation of a single and separate organizational unit, right? So you think units like, another, part of the child support agency, right? The support collections unit, right? That's what they have here in New York. But the unit means core. And what does core mean? It's a child health plan. So really, in New York, it's the support collections child health plan. So they use these words, they have different meanings, right? Secretary means Secretary of Health and Human Services. The paperwork we used last year, we were running out of money, by the way. All those of you that sent it away, okay? And it took 3 months for them to get back to us because they didn't know what to do. And they just denied, they did the old, they don't have jurisdiction nonsense, okay? State Child Health Plan means plan. All right, we went over this before, okay? This shows you they don't have personal jurisdiction over you. Purpose of a state child health plan is to provide funds to states to enable them to initiate and expand the provision of child health assistance to uninsured low-income children in an effective and efficient manner that is coordinated with other sources of health benefits coverages for children, such as assistance shall be provided primarily for obtaining health benefits coverage through, okay, the definition of funds means there is established a treasury loan fund. This is the money that's loaned to the state, okay? Child health assistance. Child health assistance means payment for part or all of the cost of health benefits coverages for targeted. So again, this is where is the proof that my child is receiving child health assistance? Okay, here's where I'm proving that they need supplemental security income benefits. Right? They mentioned benefits here. Okay, this is the purpose of a state child health plan. So it's defined under 1397 of 42 U.S. Code, right? There's the word benefits. Here's a definition under 1382. Supplementary assistance by state or subdivision to needy individuals. So this proves, excuse me, that it's supplemental security income benefits. Okay? Social Security, SSI. That's what it means, SSI benefits. So if your child is not on SSI, they have no authority to come after you. All right. So what have we learned? We learned the definition of sovereignty, definitions of sovereignty to defeat child support, legal phrases and definitions to defeat presumptions. Proof you could be a sovereign citizen and yet not a citizen of the United States. Definitions to prove state child support lacks personal jurisdiction to prosecute. Definitions to prove state child support lacks personal jurisdiction to prosecute. Okay. All right. Definition to prove state child support lacks personal jurisdiction. 42 U.S.C. This is the big one because this is the one where the child support claims they have the right to establish a support collections unit in your state to issue garnishments. They're the ones that issue them. and they claim they have the authority under here, but they don't, because your child's not receiving any medical, your child's not receiving SSI. Okay? It's amazing. All right? No evidence, demand evidence that your child is receiving supplemental benefits under here. Okay? If you want, put it on paper. Where's the proof? You say, whereas I understand it that my child must be receiving supplemental security income benefits as required under 42 U.S.C. 1382E. That's what I understand. Prove me wrong. Rebut it. You understand? And that's the thing that my paperwork does. Okay? Wow, 28 minutes. Amazing. All right, so listen, I'm gonna let you guys go. Again, if you need my video or my paperwork, my email is rick0327@me.com. Hope to hear from you guys. Talk to you later. Bye.